Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. We're going to keep this unboxing stuff going, you know. I'm going to start a trend. Well, I think I've already started a trend. I've seen a couple of people showing new stuff, which is what it's about. People are interested in what you've got. This is 2 videos on the trot because the last video was what I got at the car boot sale. Sorry, the Bonsai boot sale. Although a lot of people were selling out of the boot of the car. So anyway, this is a different thing altogether. This could be a disaster. It could be very good. We shall see. Now, I haven't got to cut the box open because you're going to laugh at this, because I've already done an unboxing video for this because I thought what was in it was something entirely different. So I actually did the unboxing on the Orchid Channel and I had to stop. As soon as I peeked inside I thought, oops, wrong channel. So we'll start again on the Bonsai channel where it should be. Right, so I've already cut the seals. Let's see what we've got. As I said, this could be a disaster. It could be brilliant. For me, it was a bit of a risk. Now we've got to see how much of a risk was it. A box in a box. Right, one box out of the way. You tell what it is yet? Right, well that's the top. I suppose you want to see the bottom now, do you? This doesn't want to come out, why not? Ah, I see why not. It's actually tied in. Right, get rid of that then. Now it should come out. Right, so what we've got is a little 5-tree larch forest. Now, this was not a lot of money. It's actually in a bonsai pot as well. Not a brilliant one, but it'll do. It's for the trees, it's the right shape. Now whether these trees stay as a forest or not, I don't know. The one thing that is, well, let's put it this way, this is not Japanese larch. Hang on, you've got the camera's a bit high, isn't it? Let's drop that down a bit so you can see what's going on here. That's probably a bit better. Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, the one thing I can definitely say is this is not Japanese larch because the foliage is far too coarse. Japanese larch are nice fine leaves. It's actually not necessarily a larch because it says here pseudolarix. So I shall have to look this up to see exactly what it is and is there any special care needed. But it's a small forest group that's a lollipop at the moment. There's no separation with the foliage between the trees. There are a few lower branches to give it a sort of feel of, I mean, you have to bear in mind there's an awful lot of conifers. If they grow relatively close together, as in a forest, they lose their lower branches, striving for the light. And in doing so, they actually provide a canopy and the lower branches die off. So in a conifer forest, you're unlikely to get that many lower branches. So my wonder is, how long have these been in this pot? You know, have they just been taken out of smaller pots, you know, growing on type pots, and stuck in here to sell? In which case they might not have brilliant roots. But they're staying in there at the moment anyway. What would you? That's probably the way it's meant to be viewed. Rather than that way. Yeah, that way definitely looks better, doesn't it? Looks a little more open as well. But anyway, all I'm going to do with that is trim. That's all I will do. I'm certainly not going to try and get anything out of the media, which is peat. This is basically some sort of compost. I've actually got some roots coming out the drainage holes, that's a good sign, but I'm going to have to go incredibly careful with watering through the winter, because that's just going to be like a sponge. That will just soak up the rain and everything. So I might actually have to provide some cover for this so that it doesn't get rained on. I mean, at the end of the day, I assume it's going to drop its foliage, pseudo-larix. Perhaps it doesn't, but I suspect it will. A couple of little bent branches here from getting it in the box, but not bad. It's arrived in pretty good condition. Quite pleased with that. It's lovely and fluffy. So there we go. I didn't pay a lot of money for that. The risk was the fact that I hadn't bought from the seller before, but then there were a good set of pictures showing the plant from different angles. You know, it said it was in a 10-inch bonsai pot, which it is. It's not plastic. So yeah, I think this was not misrepresented. It was actually represented well, and the photographs were true. You know, not messed about with. So yeah, pseudo-larix. I'll have to do a bit of work on that and find out what a pretend larix is all about. Anyway, there we go. New acquisition to go with the ones that I got at the boot sale on Sunday. So in just a few days, you know, we've added quite a few trees in. I don't suppose we will be adding many more in, if any, this year. I mean, I've got new stuff in that's going to need work. I've got my 6 quickthorn, blackthorn in growing on pots, little flower pots. Those will need something done with them in the spring, and the plan for those is probably going to be bunch them all up together, wrap the base and grow them as a, not broom style, but as a clump style. Which could represent blackthorn quite nicely. There's going to be a fair old bit of repotting to do, but again, you know, that's at bud break in the spring. So yeah, I don't think I'll be getting many more trees this year, if any, and I've got a couple that I've got my eye on to collect in the spring, which you can see those in previous videos where I've gone out in the field, so you can see what I'm getting at if you want to go and have a look for those. And in the meantime, I hope some of you are enjoying this weather that we've got here, because we've lost the sun for a bit. It's still muggy, it's high humidity, but without the sun we've dropped the heat, certainly down here on the south, in this part of the south coast anyway. I mean, if you're over the east side of England, you've still got heat. You know, I mean, they're looking at 30 odd degrees again today. Lots of sunny spells and everything. And over in the west, they're getting the rain, which is what we desperately need. We desperately need some rain. And there's no sign of any. You know, the rest of the week there might be a little bit of drizzle floats over, but no, you know, no significant rain anywhere in the forecast at the moment. And I don't think we're probably not going to get any unless that jet stream moves. It needs to get a kink in it and drop down, and all that stuff that's going across Northern Ireland and Scotland and everything, get down here a bit. It needs pushing down, and then everybody will moan because it's raining right in the middle of the school holidays. You can't win, can you? Not with the weather. Anyway, that's my new acquisition. I will have a bit of a play with that later on. Probably won't be today, actually. I've still got quite a bit to do with the orchid side of life. But I will thin this out quite a bit, and so that I can see the shape of the trees. At the moment, as I said, it looks like a lollipop with 5 sticks, but they're not bad sized trees, you know. I mean, they're, you know, a few years old to get trunks that size. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Anyway, see you next time. Thanks for dropping by.